Hello, everybody. This afternoon, I would like to talk about what options are available for your son or daughter after they graduate from high school or after they turn 18. So, students with disabilities are eligible to stay in public school or their current academic setting until they turn 21. After they turn 21, I often receive the question of what options are available to me and what options are available to my child now that they are not in the public school system or not currently in their educational placement. So over the years, I've collected several pieces of information that I feel would be helpful for planning now and planning for the future for when your child does reach their age 21 year or they graduate out of high school or their current placement. So, first thing I would like to talk about is before your son or daughter turns 21, what what the registration process would look like for Perform Care. So students are eligible for Perform Care up until their age 18 year. So if your son or daughter is in middle school or just entering their teenage years, they are eligible to be registered with Perform Care. So that is the first step in registering and planning for the future that needs to take place. So you could go on the New Jersey government's website. You could search up Perform Care, follow the prompts, and register your son or daughter for Perform Care. I would highly recommend this as Perform Care is something that your son or daughter is entitled to, and it's something that also offers some good benefits, whether that's some respite care after school or kind of navigating the system with a CMO or a case manager that's outside of the school system or somebody that connects you to a wider range of programs that are available for your son or daughter outside of the school setting. So that is definitely a great resource that that is a step that can be taken now, preferably before your child turns 18, and consequently, that will also lead into registering after your son or daughter after 21. Will make the registration process a little more seamless because you'll already be registered in the system through Perform Care. So before 18, register your child with Perform Care through the state of New Jersey, as I had indicated before. Contact the state of New Jersey after you have registered and you receive a care management organization or a CMO. This will be your support coordinator or your contact person outside of the school system. That again will help you navigate what programs are available, a financial what financials your child is entitled to, and how that money can be spent and what it can be spent for. So all of this is up until 18. At the age of 18, what you want to do is again go back on the New Jersey government's website and apply for supplemental Social Security insurance or income. I'm sorry. This is money that's allocated specifically for your child that is used for everyday items. So instead of going to the grocery store and buying food for your child, have them, with support of you, go to the grocery store and use some of their money through SSI. You can also use this money if you're going shopping for clothing or anything needed for school or any kind of needs that are outside of what you normally purchase for your child. Some of this money could be spent for that. At age 18, contact the Office of Division of Disabilities, or DDD, and complete the intake form. So this application will be something that after you fill out all your information that will be sent to you. You could also complete it with your CMO. And what that will do is it'll just break down the intake form, and at the end of it, the state of New Jersey will, will collect all your information and then deem that you're eligible for disability services. After the intake application is complete, families will be informed from the state about the community care program and the waiting list for this. So, what the community care program provides is it will provide funding, it will provide long term care based in your community, based on the waiting list, and depending on what avenue you decide to go into, whether that's a group home or if it's program a adult day program. So there are two different avenues you can go into after your student graduates from high school, and the community care program will tell you each step along the way what the waiting list looks like if you are thinking that the best fit for your child would be a day program, or if you think the best fit for your child would be a group home, and then they will direct you to two different group home and different agencies and give you the waiting list for those. It is my advice, and no matter how long the waiting list is, to stay on the waiting list. I know they could be certainly very long or several years. So with that being said, there's no harm in staying on the waiting list if your time or your spot is called upon and you don't feel the timing is right to fill that spot with a day program or a community home. Then you just pass on that current time, and then you will still stay on the waiting list. And then maybe when your name comes up again, then you can reassess what is the best fit for your need and the best fit for your child. Also, at the age of 18, you want to register your child with Medicaid and apply for guardianship. So Medicaid, again, goes into SSI with funding that can be received from the state that is directed towards your child and used specifically for their needs. So funding and financials don't have to necessarily always come from you and your family, but it is an entitlement through the state, through Medicaid, and through SSI that these are funds and finances that are directed towards your child. And guardianship, again, at the age of 18, this is very important. So what guardianship does is, through the state, it allows you to make decisions on behalf of your child once they turn 18. That's from, making medical decisions, or making family decisions, or planning out the 18 to 21 years in school. What does the IEP process look like? Your son or daughter is also entitled to sit on the IEP process, and if you would like them to sit in the IEP, that is also can be done through guardianship. Guardianship also provides for when the SSI funding or the Medicaid funding comes in. Guardianship also helps you direct where those funds go, as long as they're used specifically for your child. So overall, what guardianship does is, once your child turns 18, it allows you to make decisions on their behalf with the best interest with your child in mind. At age 21, once eligible for DDD services, again, this is going to lend in through Perform Care, but Perform Care will cover up to age 21, and then from age 21 is DDD services. So that's after your child graduates from high school. You'll shift to DDD, and through DDD, you'll shift to a different support coordinator. At this time, at the age 21, and once you are connected through DDD services, you will be provided a list of support coordinator agencies. Some in the state of New Jersey, some are local, some are a little bit further away. You can also go on the state's website and see the list of support coordinator agencies and see what's the best fit for you. So you don't necessarily have to be assigned to the one that is provided to you from the state. You can certainly go out and find your own, or if you make a strong connection with the one that is provided through the state, you can certainly stay with your support coordinator. So breaking it down, before your child turns 21, your real point of contact through the state, again, outside of the school system, is that CMO coordinator. After 21, it is your support coordinator through the support coordinator agency through the state. And that this person is going to be key in navigating programs and setting up for life after high school, because a lot of it will be directed by you and your family, what's the best need and the best fit. So after 21, school system can certainly give guidance on what recommendations could be, but a lot of it comes on to the onus of parents of going out and looking at day programs and going out and looking at group homes and seeing what the best fit is, and seeing what kind of programming I want my son or daughter to have after high school. And just remember, these programs can last for a lifetime if you like the program that your son or daughter is in. So a day program could look, if you hook up with a day program, that could look like your child living with you, but during the day, in the morning, they will come and be picked up with other students that are in the vicinity, and they may go work at different job sites, and then in the afternoon maybe they might go out to eat with their group, go out for lunch or go to the gym or go to the Y and then come home. And so that would be a day program where the student still lives with you. If you are looking for a group home, then the group home would be that your child lives in this group home and is supported by the group home staff, but still has an opportunity for employment and job placement outside of that. My strongest advice is it's never too early to go look at day programs and group homes. I've always found that they are very receptive and responsive to tours and questions and anything you ask because of how important the decision is for what life looks like after high school. So, when your child is, in the middle of middle school, maybe coming towards the end of middle school, my suggestion would be start calling around to different group homes in the state of New Jersey and go out and see what there is to offer. Ask what the waiting lists are. Go out and see different day programs and see what life would look like in those programs and what is offered throughout the day for your son or daughter. So that was a lot of information presented, for steps that you could take now and steps for take after your child turns 21. If you are looking for more information, the New Jersey website has a great deal of information that you can look up. Rutgers University also has a great resource that you could use through the Rutgers University website that you could find support coordinators and day programs that can lead you in the direction that you think is best fit for your son or daughter. I really appreciate you listening to my presentation today, and I wish you good luck.